One Zambia, one nation. Thank you so much for joining us on this bulletin of Zanis News. To present it, I'm Michelle Olubinda. The headlines. King Mswati tours companies in the Lusaka South Mount Facility Economic Zone. Zambia's Mpundu World Honey signs $1 million MOU with a Chinese company. 5 million kwacha disbursed under the Pember constituency CDF. Plus, Nkoya Royal Council praises President Hichilema for his 2 years of sound leadership. Visiting King Mswati III of the Kingdom of Eswatini is impressed with Zambia's manufacturing industry that are promoting the aspect of locally produced goods at the Lusaka South Mount Facility Economic Zone. And King Mswati has described the products being produced by different companies as one of the world class. He noted that the local manufacturing of the product is a good idea as it does not only create jobs for the local people, but that it also contributes to the promotion of value addition. He stated that promoting locally produced goods for any country is important for the sustainability and development of the economy. Zanis reports that the king said this today at the Lusaka Mount Facility Economic Zone when he visited Trade King's Big Tree, Kida Zambia Ceramic Company in Lusaka. And Acting Minister of Commerce, Trade and Industry, Felix Mtati, described the visit by the king to different companies as successful.
We thank those companies who have also made the commitment to come and actually establish here, because they are showing confidence that Zambia is capable of hosting such international companies like the ones we've just seen. And I've seen their products, that it's one of the first world-class standards, which it's one of the best things that they produce here, which is good that they are able to produce here. And the good thing is that they are not only selling it here in Zambia, but also they are going all over in Africa, including our own countries. We say well done, and of course we have been very pleased to move around in these facilities. Of course, such facilities, in order to be very successful, they require a lot of commitment.
We were honored to host His Majesty King Mswati of Eswatini, and he further honored us to grace the Zambia International Trade Fair yesterday, and today he insisted that he wanted to see how we can translate the theme that we had yesterday at the trade fair, which is growing the economies through partnership, trade and investment. So this was the ideal location where we could demonstrate how partnership and investment can actually be used to tie Zambia and Eswatini. So we went through to basically 3 locations. The Trade King Group, which includes Big Tree, where he was able to see an investment of over $250 million, employing over 13,000 people, using local materials, adding value.
And news from the trade fair, different exhibitors at the ongoing Zambia International Trade Fair in Ndola have expressed appreciation for the opportunity to trade competitively. Those talked to, some of whom have come as far as Nakonde district, are happy that they have an opportunity to sell their goods following the slow business that was characterized by the COVID-19. Details in the following report.
Business has been competitive at this year's Zambia International Trade Fair in Ndola, with exhibitors all looking forward to take advantage of the platform. Exhibitors have come as far as Zambia's neighboring countries, wanting to tap into the existing opportunity to trade. Different exhibitors share their experiences so far.
No, my word of encouragement goes to all the exhibitors to say, please come, be encouraged. Yes, let's work together, let's be empowered. Yes, together we can. I know that.
Business kuno wale upavya abanezwa dawe kulikushitisha huko. So for the first time baisa isabona yakwa tumone efe baleshitisha abanezwa. Time alishwa fe nowadays business na ishupa. But kuma last years at least kwati kunuzaka kwali ku business but this time business itakwati yashupa ko. So that's what waishira kuno dawe imi unaona ifu kuntu wa balance kwa at least.
And some beneficiaries of the Citizen Economic Empowerment Loan could not shy away from expressing their gratitude.
Our friends as well who are out there to come on board so that we can create jobs for our youth. As the president says, we need to create jobs. Job creation starts with each and every one of us. That's the reason for us we have created these jobs. We have created about 30 direct jobs, and we have created almost about 500 indirect jobs through the farmers that bring soybeans to us. So all this money what we have paid us, so also about 500, 600 we have paid the farmers. So we have kept our money just locally here in this country.
So mukubomba kwandino kutasha kuliba sinsi chalile ngokwati namono kwati chawamo kwati baisa tusta invite kusa kuno trade fair. We are very lucky and na kutasha sana ku trade fair kuno tureshtisha turesanga mutu mpioto kwati twala pantage olona twate subiro na limbira kwati nakaidi kuchibatu sta empower kamla ndoka turechita kuno na business yesu olo turetasha sana kuliba sinsi tureshita ko encourage n'abanensu kwebo kwebati tabafuire bayikala fyawe bafuire bayesa ku market kosi inonsta teko wati umuntu kwakwata ko tumpia como fena ikala panga ntanango atale bombe nchito awe tenchito inga ikalenga ti umuntu akwate ko efyenga itwala pantage no kusambilisha abana.
We are urging the youths to get organized, to get started. Unlike asking for something when you don't have where to put. In Pember we say mwenda mukupula enda na kape. So if you go to ask for something, you should have where to put. So even Citizen Economic Empowerment, they would want to empower those people who demonstrate that they are equal and they are capable of expanding their businesses. Like so far.
It is government's resolve to ensure that the general citizenry remains empowered both locally and beyond the borders for enhanced economic development. Tembo reporting for Zanis in Ndola.
And Zambia's Mpundu World Honey Limited has signed a $1 million memorandum of understanding with a leading Chinese company, Shanghai Tongyi, for the exportation of 200 metric tons of natural honey. Two other Zambian companies have also signed MOUs with other Chinese companies aimed at boosting and expanding their investments. Kalani Chama is in China and now reports.
Zambia's participation in the 2023 China-Africa Economic and Trade Expo, being held under the theme Common Development for a Shared Future, has started bearing immediate positive outcomes. The expo has seen 3 Zambian companies signing memorandum of understandings with 3 Chinese companies aimed at expanding their business markets. The MOUs signed are between Zambia's Ecobi Limited and China's Yin Yang. With this agreement in place, the 2 businesses will now jointly own the Ecobi brand and jointly distribute Ecobi products within Zambia, China, and other parts of the world. The other MOU is between Zambia's Survey Gemstones, which has made a major breakthrough by signing an agreement with a Chinese state-owned company, Jiangxi Provincial Geological Mineral Development, to jointly engage in cooperation regarding mining development, mining technology services, and mining trade product between Zambia and China. The last agreement is between Zambia's Mpundu World Honey Limited and China's Shanghai Tongyi for the exportation of 200 tons of natural honey worth $1 million from Zambia into China. These MOUs were signed at the Zambian National Pavilion and witnessed by Commerce, Trade and Industry Minister Chipoka Mulenga, among other senior government officials who are in his delegation.
So you insist that we take it back home? Let them do the auctions back home. Let them keep a small percentage of the stones in auction for local Zambian companies. Because once Zambian companies buy these stones at market price or even lower, value addition will be in Zambia. Sales will still be made in Zambia.
I can assure you, the new government is pro-local driven. And the president has made it very clear, getting the locals participating in the value chain of the economic government. So, and I'm very happy to see that young people like you have set up this here, and we can do this even back home.
The MOUs were facilitated by the Zambia Development Agency, ZDA.
Having brought our SMEs, basically, China is a huge market, not only for Zambia, but for the whole world. So we are trying to take our fair share of the market, supporting small, medium enterprises to be able to supply them, support them on the supply chain side so that they can grow the capacity to supply to this huge market. So we are very happy. You can see the mining value chain is in the gemstones. You can see the agricultural value chain in terms of money. So we are looking for deals and transactions, and we'll continue to support the SMEs so that they can grow, create jobs, and create value for our country.
Zambia is being represented by 16 exhibitors from various sectors of the economy. Kalan Chama, reporting for Zanis in the Chinese city of Changsha.
We move to Northwestern Province, where government is set to increase the number of social cash transfer beneficiaries in the province from the current 94,049 beneficiary households to over 121,000 by October this year. More in the following report.
In its expeditious response to break poverty cycle and foster productivity in Northwestern Province, government has increased the number of social cash transfer beneficiaries in the region. Provincial Social Welfare and Community Development Officer Georgia Kambokwa has disclosed.
This year, 2023, we are reaching out to 120,974 households. That will be by October. That number will be on the program. So basically, I think as a program, the program really has alleviated the sufferings of the poor.
Northwestern Province Development Council of Elders Secretary Kenneth Kapata has commended government.
As the Northwestern Province Council of Elders, we are very, very happy indeed. We are very, very grateful to the government. The government should continue to look after its citizens in that manner.
And Mr. Kapata has advised beneficiaries of social cash transfer program.
So to you, friends who are receiving this money, to you, our fathers and mothers and brothers who are getting this money, little as it is, but it should be able to go a long way.
Reporting for Zanis in Solwezi District, Northwestern Province, I'm Hemit Hachilonde.
And in Eastern Province, government has given out motorcycles to 120 youths from the 15 districts of Eastern Province in a move aimed at providing economic empowerment under the Youth Empowerment Project aimed at alleviating poverty levels. The motorcycles have been given under a loan scheme. Minister of Youth, Sport and Arts, Elvis Nkandu, says the motorcycles have been given out to the beneficiaries as a pilot project which has started in Eastern Province and will be rolled out to other provinces. More in the following report by Sylvester Chimba.
Government has continued rolling out various economic empowerment programs to youths. And now, Eastern Province is the beneficiary of the new initiative targeting rural youths. 120 youths have received motorcycles that will be used for various business ventures, and this facility is a loan scheme. Minister of Youth, Sport and Arts, Elvis Nkandu, has handed over the motorcycles to the beneficiary youths at a ceremony held at Chipata College of Education.
As a government, we will strive to create opportunities for job and wealth creation, especially for our youth in high-yielding sectors, through various youth empowerment initiatives. This will be complemented by changing the mindset and culture of our young people so that they appreciate their value and attain their fullest potential in line with our theme for this year's Youth Day commemoration, which is quoted as Transforming Minds for Accelerated Youth Development. Government has also put in place strategies to empower the youth in order to address the root causes of youth unemployment in our country. This will be undertaken in collaboration with other stakeholders, such as the international cooperating partners and the private sector. For instance, government with support from the United Nations, agencies, and other bilateral and multilateral partners, we are in the process of revising the 2015 National Youth Policy.
Here, Eastern Province Minister Peter Perry took advantage of the occasion to remind the youths to repay their loans in order for others to benefit.
So as you get these motorbikes, colleagues, let's look after them, because at the end of the day, they will be yours. So we look after them, and then after the period that will be guided to you, you own them. You won't return them to anybody. I would like to urge the beneficiaries of this motorbike scheme to prudently utilize these motorbikes, follow the traffic rules, and remember to pay back the loan.
The beneficiaries are excited about the empowerment and are full of praise for government.
The inclusivity that this government has brought in here, we have so many people that are coming from all walks of life that are benefiting from this empowerment program. Thank you, sir. As such, this empowerment will go a long way in helping the community at large. Like you had jokingly said that previously we were coming from a sector where we were using bicycles. Indeed, this is a step in the right direction, sir. As young people, we pledge to put our best, that we utilize the opportunities and the monies that will be able to be made from this venture so that we can pay up the loan.
Sylvester Shimba for Zanis in Chipata District, Eastern Province.
In education news, Namola District Commissioner has called for enhanced public-private partnerships in communities in order to supplement government efforts in the provision of quality education. The District Commissioner was speaking at the handover ceremony of a 3x2 modern classroom block worth 1.4 million kwacha, constructed at Kabulumwanda Primary School, supported with funds sourced by the former pupils of the school. Wailinda Piri now reports.
A 3x2 classroom block stands out courtesy of the former pupils. This is Kabulumwanda Primary School in Namola District, where former pupils of the school, who are now responsible members of society, have looked back at where they came from with a gesture of this new block. The former pupils, led by Fides Muntengwa, have mobilized over 1.4 million kwacha to improve classroom infrastructure here.
I conceived an idea of constructing a 1x3 classroom block for grade 10 to 12 at Kabulumwanda School to try and provide some decent learning environment for our community children. My plan B was to lobby for funding from well-wishers through the Ministry of Education. I had to engage the community and the school. We had to do a number of letters to try and lobby for funding, and I had to move from one place to another to look for funding. It took me 1 year to lobby for this funding. Finally, in 2020, I received a call that my request had been approved. And I requested that they help be channeled through Ministry of Education and Namola Devs.
The district leadership is elated with the gesture.
Ladies and gentlemen, this increased demand for education in our schools has not come without its challenges. It has created major challenges such as inadequate classroom space and desks. This positive challenge calls for enhanced public-private partnerships, as the President of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, is emphasizing.
This development has also cheered both the traditional leadership and the learners.
Your donation will sure make our school a better place.
The free education policy by the government of the Republic of Zambia calls for enhanced public-private partnership to supplement government's efforts in enhancing access to quality education. For Zanis, I'm Wailinda Piri, reporting in Namola district of...
In CDF news, over 5 million kwacha has been disbursed under the Pember constituency for the 2023 Constituency Development Fund CDF allocation for skills development, school bursaries and empowerment, which has seen 377 youths and 387 pupils under secondary and bursary schools benefit. Under the empowerment funds, 136 groups and other individuals have been awarded loans and grants totaling to over 2 million kwacha to engage into various business ventures, which are expected to enhance the local economy by stimulating economic development. Chintuna Ngamba has the details in the following report.
The Constituency Development Fund, CDF, has been a game changer for many. In Pember constituency of Pember district in Southern Province, the fund has been used to finance a number of developments. Area Member of Parliament Lamek Hamwata has yet again flagged off the disbursement of over 3.5 million kwacha for skills development and secondary school bursaries, as well as loans and grants empowerments under the 2023 CDF allocation.
We again flagged off school bursaries to 387 pupils and 377 students under skill development, while on 106 groups and individuals have been awarded loans and grants totaling 2,151,856.55.
For Pember District Council Chairperson Kingston Handindo, this support demonstrates government's commitment to empowering communities.
This saves us. The government's commitment to our youth and the people of Pember District and Zambia at large.
Meanwhile, Pember District Commissioner Obey Havenzo has warned beneficiaries against the misuse of funds.
I would like to implore all the beneficiaries under the bursaries and skills training to take this opportunity seriously. The purpose of this empowerment is to enable us get engaged in productive activities.
Beneficiaries of various funds are elated.
I want to recognize the efforts that the government is making in helping our children to access the quality education. This support that will be given to the parents will help them to become economically stable.
Iha igulumba iguyimilina ndiswe toma beneficiaries notwatambula imali azwa kuhulumende.
Chintuna Ngamba, Zanis in Pember District, Southern Province.
More stories still to come in the news. We take a break. Stay tuned.
For news and current affairs, entertainment, sports, children's programs, and a host of other events in and beyond our borders, Zanis TV has you covered. On Channel 6 and Channel 458 on Topstar.
Hello, it's time for you to know your rights. For ignorance of the law is no defense.
People should report any case of gender-based violence to the police. They should not be tempted to compromise the cases, because compromising a case of gender-based violence is actually an offense.
Zambia, like any other country, has got laws that govern the welfare of its citizens.
We provide some check, some oversight on the police service.
When an officer misconducts himself, he's alone. One person being beaten is enough for the commission to move. The Constitution tells us that the people of Zambia must enjoy their liberties.
Every week on Thursday at 19:30 hours, the Zambia News and Information Services, Zanis, brings to your screens a program dubbed Police and the Community.
If we, the police, and you, member of the public, will work together, because the common enemy we have before us is the criminal.
Catch Zanis TV on Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH. Zanis TV, the People's Channel. Life is a journey full of varied experiences. Can we reach our desired destiny? Can we achieve our desired goals? If yes, then how? Join Juliet Mutale on Thursday at 18:30 hours on How I Made It, a program that highlights various success stories from different personalities with different life experiences and backgrounds. Catch Zanis TV on Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH. Zanis TV, the People's Channel.
Welcome back. Rufunsa District Commissioner Richard Mabena has called on local farmers to embrace the cultivation of local seeds, especially in this time of climate change. Mr. Mabena was speaking during a local seed and food fair organized by the Zambia Alliance for Agrosystem and Biodiversity and the Community Technology Development Trust, held at Chimsanya under the theme, My Food is African. More in the following report.
These are farmers of Rufunsa district who are engaged in the growing of local seeds, displaying their products at this local seed and food fair organized by Community Technology Development Trust, CTDT, and the Zambia Alliance for Agriculture System and Biodiversity, ZAB, under the theme, My Food is African. Rufunsa District Commissioner Richard Mabena, Council Chairman Kenneth Maironi, and the traditional leadership are at the fair to support the farmers. Mr. Mabena has this to say to the farmers.
The race of industrial agriculture and the global food markets have threatened because of different the systems which are coming with climate change, and that's the reason why we should continue growing our traditional seeds. The new Dawn administration under the perfect leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema will continue to strengthen the agro value chain to enable farmers access finances for their production and to the market of their products.
ZAB Program Manager Omari Piri and CTDT Assistant Program Manager Edwin Abuino has this to say on why they are promoting local seeds and foods.
The impact of climate change on agriculture poses threats to food security worldwide. Our local foods demonstrate resilience in the face of changing climate conditions. They can be intercropped and adapt to local ecosystems, ensuring a steady food supply even in challenging times.
As Community Technology Development Trust, we want to make sure that communities are resilient in terms of seed. For us, that is our vision as Community Technology Development Trust, so that farmers are resilient. They are able to produce food within the resources which are within their reach.
The local seed farmers have an appeal to governments.
My government leaders na bebe mutimirire ku pambewu zatu zanetilima. Mbewu zatu zilipe market. Tije na support stage ba local food batu.
Reporting in Rufunsa district, I am Msekiwa Ntembe.
And Paramount Chief Mpezeni says the early supply of farming inputs for the coming 2023-2024 farming season by government reminds the people of Eastern Province of good agriculture policies under the Dr. Kenneth Kaunda's regime. The Paramount Chief recalled how the agriculture sector thrived under Dr. Kaunda's administration, saying this is what is beginning to happen under the new Dawn administration. He told Zanis at Mwami border in Chipata that the people of Eastern Province are happy to see the early distribution of farming inputs meant for the coming farming season. Chief Mpezeni has further noted that the revamping of the production of fertilizer at the nitrogen chemicals of Zambia plant is a big achievement by the government, as it will not only facilitate quick supply of fertilizer, but will also impact on the cost of the commodity. He has predicted an improved and high-performing agriculture sector under the current government, provided it continues to implement favorable agriculture policies. In Western Province, the Nkoya Royal Council in Kaoma district of Western Province has congratulated President Hakainde Hichilema on his 2 years of sound leadership for the country. Speaking during this year's Kazanga traditional ceremony of the Nkoya people, Council National Chairperson Tambo Kafunjo says President Hichilema has demonstrated sound leadership since he took over office, going by the successes his government has scored so far in many areas of governance. Details in the following report.
Zambia is a country with diverse cultures. In spite of this unique character, the nation has continued to hold itself together for many generations. The Nkoya-speaking people have yet again celebrated their annual Kazanga ceremony, showcasing their rich cultural heritage. Minister of Local Government, Gali Nkombo, graced a ceremony calling for the need to preserve the Nkoya culture.
This is one of the main attractions that I appreciate personally about the Kazanga ceremony and the Nkoya people is that instrument there, the xylophone. And so, if that is my belief, why would you not be part of the belief that the Nkoya tradition must remain alive?
And the Nkoya Loyal Council has congratulated the UPND administration on a number of successes scored so far.
We take this opportunity to congratulate His Excellency the President, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, on his good works he is doing as a leader of this country. It is our hope that he continues to do so with an all-inclusive approach of not leaving anyone feeling left out. We urge the President to promote coexistence of various ethnic groups.
And the provincial administration in Western Province says it is proud to be associated with the Nkoya traditional ceremony because of its potential to boost tourism.
From the provincial point of view, this ceremony is very important, and even during the expo, is one of the key ceremonies which ought to be marketed aggressively as part of the tourist arrangements in our province.
Dublin is reporting for Zanis in Chama, Western Province.
And as we end the news, the Independent Churches of Zambia ICO's President David Masupa has urged religious leaders to avoid dragging the church into politics. Bishop Masupa says the church is filled with members who have different political affiliations and interests that must be respected. He said the church should not be used to persuade members into following one political ideology against the other. Bishop Masupa was speaking during a special ordination service for Alfred Chingambu as Bishop and National Overseer of the Pentecostal Showers Bible Church in Lusaka's Kamwala South. And in an interview with Zanis, Bishop Chingambu said his vision for the church is to bring good news to the lost souls, further pledging to support the government of the day and praying for the leadership. The ordination was being held alongside the commissioning of the Pentecostal Showers Bible Church in Kamwala South in Lusaka.
Pentecostal Showers Bible Church. Your church is packed. It has already got more than 500, just this branch. You have branches all over Zambia. Now I want to tell you that these people that you are seeing have got different political affiliations. They belong to different political parties. And because that is their own choice, and don't disturb them. It is not your duty to come to the pulpit and invite a political leader who will start misleading them to follow his political party. This is the pulpit of God. This is where God comes in his presence. Let us respect, give honor and reverence to the things of God.
Our vision is to preach a good news to the lost souls and to grow people spiritually. To the government, we say we are behind you, praying for you, so that you can have more wisdom and power to run this nation.
That item on the chest brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, a recap of stories that made headlines. King Swati tours companies in the Lusaka South Mount Facility Economic Zone. Zambia's Mpundu World Honey signs $1 million MOU with a Chinese company. 5 million kwacha disbursed under the Pember constituency CDF. Plus, Nkoya Royal Council praises President Hichilema for his 2 years of sound leadership. That's all we could package on this bulletin. On behalf of the entire production team, this has been Michelle Lubinda. Until next time, it's bye-bye and God bless.